The Fortnite map truly is in a world of its own when it comes to gaming, as it's not all that often you see games based with just one map that evolves constantly. Ever since its creation, the Fortnite Island map has been evolving and changing from week to week and season to season. We've seen some fantastic points of interest added in since day one, and we've also seen some not so great points of interest added in too. But beyond the named locations, there's also a decent amount of secret spots on the island as well, ranging from underground locations to glitch spots and everything else in between. And of course, with each new season and each new major map update, we've seen some new secret spots added into the game. And today we have some insane secret spots to share with you guys, including some that are on the map right now that have been added in a bit more recently, which you guys do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Season 1, outside of the map spots. So the Season 1 map within Fortnite really wasn't anything all that crazy. The map itself consisted of 13 named points of interest, and in general the entire map was pretty barren and wide open, especially compared to what it is now. But a major secret that not a lot of players knew about back in Season 1 was that various edges on the map were reachable by building. And these areas were completely hidden and relatively unknown at the time, so if you did hide there, you could probably last till the final few zones if you got lucky on the zone placement. Specifically on the western edges of the map outside of Pleasant Park and Greasy Grove, there are some lower edges on the island that stick out below the main level, and if you could build down to these areas, chances are no one was going to come looking for you, as these spots were pretty secretive. But truthfully, these spots don't even compare to the spots that we'll be showing you guys later on in the video. Season 2, the Umbrella. When Season 2 came around, the Fortnite Island saw its first major map update in history, as we got new areas like Tilted Towers, Snobby Shores, Haunted Hills, Junk Junction, and Shifty Shafts added in. But alongside all of the new major locations, Season 2 also brought forth quite a few smaller areas too, like the motel, the soccer stadium, and of course, the Umbrella. Now, the Umbrella was a little divot in the ground just west of Anarchy Acres, and while it wasn't very fruitful in terms of loot, it did offer up a solid amount of brick since it was full of rocks, and the real secret here is that most people didn't actually know this was a nod to the Victory Umbrella item, and even fewer people knew that there were actually 2 chest spawns here in the handle of the Umbrella. However, much like the Season 1 secret spots, this spot really isn't anything too crazy compared to what we have coming up. Season 3, the Lucky Landing Tree. The Season 3 map update was honestly one of the most bland and dull ones that we've ever seen, as the only new location added in during Season 3 was Lucky Landing. However, with the addition of Lucky Landing came a secret spot for a chest if you happen to get there first and you had a little luck on your side. Lucky Landing was home to the one and only pink tree on the island, and if you happen to head on over to that pink tree to farm some wood out of it, you just might have gotten yourself a free chest spawn, as there was actually one chest that spawned inside of the tree from time to time. Now, this secret spot definitely is not the most game-breaking or advantageous on our list here today, as we will soon discover, but it was a lesser-known thing on the island at the time. Season 4, the Wailing Woods Bunker. Alright, so here is where things begin to pick up a bit, and honestly from here on out, we only get crazier and crazier with the secret spots, as Epic Games and the Fortnite team were getting more and more creative with their map updates. Anyways, in Season 4, we saw a few changes occur on the island, including the introduction of Dusty Divot thanks to the meteor crash, but one super small change that caused a massive unfolding of speculation and conspiracy theories galore is that of the bunker in Wailing Woods. Now, Wailing Woods previously didn't really house all that much besides a lot of wood due to all the trees. But with the Season 4 update, a mysterious bunker was placed into Wailing Woods, and this bunker was like no other object on the map, as it was virtually indestructible. You couldn't pickaxe this bunker, you couldn't blow it up with rockets or grenades, you couldn't even glitch inside of it with known glitches at the time. Essentially, this entire bunker in and of itself is one massive secret, and thus why it is the best secret location from Season 4. With most of these spots on the list, even the crazier ones around Seasons 8 and 9, they're based around the spots themselves being secrets, not there being an entire secret about what the spot is and what it's doing, like the bunker we have here. To this day, the bunker is still on the map. It's actually been relocated to sit on the side of the mountain that the pressure plant is on, and to this day, the bunker has still never been opened. So So maybe one of these days all our questions will be answered, but until then, this bunker remains a massive mystery. Season 5, the Chapadoodle Grave Sites. One of the most iconic locations in all of Fortnite history is also one of the saddest in the game as well, and that is none other than Chapadoodle's gravesite, which was added in during Season 5. Now you might be wondering, who the heck is Chapadoodle? Well, that is the name of the unfortunate soul who got stuck on the side of a cliff outside of the Gus racetrack. The YouTuber Mooselk actually tried to rescue him, but ultimately the mission ended up failing because he couldn't build low enough to actually reach the cliff that Chapadoodle was on. And thus, Epic Games implemented a tombstone in honor of Chapadoodle, and also a set of tires to boost any player who might fall down onto this cliff edge up, that way they can actually build their way out of trouble. Now, this spot may not be super secretive on the internet because the clip of Chapadoodle's rescue has millions upon millions of views, but in-game that is a spot that not too many players know exists, and thus it is truly a hidden gem from Season 5. Season 6, the Big Bad Wolf. Most of you guys have probably heard the fairy tale of the 3 pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. And in Season 6 of Fortnite, there was actually a little Easter egg pertaining to this tale, as there were 3 houses located on the map, one made of wood, one made of brick, and one made of steel to represent the 3 pigs. The steel house was located just north of Lazy Links, the brick house was located just west of Greasy Grove, and the wood house was located just outside of Paradise Palms to the northeast. Now, all of these 1x1 houses had some chest spawns in them, and with the dire skin being the tier 100 skin for Season 6, we kinda have the whole Big Bad Wolf and 3 Pigs Easter egg completed. And it is definitely a neat little secret from Season 6 that not too many players actually knew about. However, it is still not as secretive as some of our final spots on the list. Season 7, the Iceberg Bunker. The Epic Games team just really likes bunkers for some reason. I don't know what it is, but they love them. That said, in Season 7, we saw the addition of the iceberg biome thanks to the iceberg colliding with the island in the intro cinematic. And just off the coast of the island, we actually had 2 small chunks of the iceberg that were completely disconnected from the mainland, and they were only accessible thanks to some zip lines. Now, on one of these icebergs in specific, we actually had yet another mysterious bunker. However, this one was actually accessible, unlike the Wailing Woods one, and inside of this one there was actually a rift to help you get back to somewhere where some people might actually be. Because let's be honest, no one was going out to this iceberg chunk unless it was for a challenge or if they were hiding all match long. Season 8, the Legendary Chest. In Season 8, the block was full of surprises from week to week, including the very first legendary chest in Fortnite history, which was actually one of the rarest items in the game, as only 1 legendary chest spawned in per match. But as the name implies, it gives you some very good loot if you just happen to be lucky enough to get to it first. Now, the legendary chest is so secretive because it only spawned at certain block locations, and when it did spawn in, it would always spawn in the same place. So if you weren't the first one there, you probably had no idea it ever even existed in that game. Unfortunately, we don't get to see too many legendary chests nowadays, but it was still a pretty cool secret thing included with Season 8. Season 9, the Ice Castle. With Season 9, we saw the inevitable demise of the Ice King, as the Polar Peak monster completely obliterated the better part of Polar Peak when it escaped from the iceberg in the beginning of the season. However, the monster took a little souvenir from its time on the island, as the Ice Castle remained on top of the monster's head until the mecha robot shot it off in their epic final showdown battle. But a cool secret with the Ice Castle in Season 9 was that you could actually spot it out in the ocean on top of the monster's head whenever it rose to the surface for a brief period of time. If you got lucky, you could see the Ice Castle seemingly swimming off in the distance for a few short moments before it sunk beneath the surface once again. Season X, the Visitor's Pod. Season X is nearly halfway over at this point, and with the weekly updates so far, we've seen quite a few new map changes. But one secret that has remained since the start of the season is the Visitor's Pod located inside of the meteor floating in the sky. What's interesting though is that the pod is open, and thus the visitor has broken free from it a bit earlier this time around, as last time he was stuck in the pod until about 7 weeks into Season 4. So the visitor is here and his pod remains lodged inside of the meteor for the time being, resulting in a very big mystery regarding why he's here and what he's going to do on the island this time around. There you guys have it. Those are some of the best secret spots from each season in Fortnite Battle Royale. And with that being said, that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. Definitely drop us a comment down below, letting us know which season you think had the best map in Fortnite history. Personally, I think Season 4's map was pretty solid in all honesty. It had OG tilted, it had retail, there wasn't a massive snow biome. Season 4 just seemed smooth from start to finish, even with all the updates that occurred along the way. Of course, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like on it, give it a big old thumbs up as it would be much appreciated. And if you are brand new here to the Simply Fortnite channel, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. Once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you guys on the battle bus. Peace out.